Hi, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? Thank you for coming out tonight. My name is Carlos Ledezma. I am the CEO for Cable Dahmer Automotive Group, and I'm excited to have you here tonight. With all that said, we've got a lot of people that have come out to say hi. I'm really impressed with the turnout tonight. I've got to start off by telling you that the team who has put this together is the marketing team for our company. It's Martin City Marketing. And Jeff Vaughn is right back here with Aaron. And everybody raise your hand on the marketing team, please. You guys did a phenomenal job. Let's give these folks a hand. I got to tell you, so all the cars that are around here, they're a little collection that we have that happens to be mine, and it was in the garage. And my bride's. By the way, this is my bride, Sheila. We've been married for 40 years. She is also my best friend in the world, and she's put up with a lot of stuff. So thank you for putting up with me. This has been fun. So anyway, we look up, and yesterday, Rick Van Zon, he's our CFO, and he's walking up the steps with a red face, and he says, "You're the only one that has all this collection of cars, and none of the batteries work." I thought, thanks a lot, Rick. I appreciate that. Tonight, we're going to honor a lot of people, and the real honor that we have is the people in Topeka. I'm really honored to have the people in Topeka to come out to us, because I'll tell you a little story. Back in 2008, I got to meet the Bozarth group in one of our 20 groups. And we were able to see a lot of issues that happened back then. But in the middle of this, 2008, we had a partnership with GMAC at the time. And GMAC was a complete partner of GM at the time, and ultimately it was the beginning of the demise of GMAC. Why I bring that up to you is because since then to now, the Bozarth Group, along with Cable Dahmer, have gone through a lot of turmoil, whether it's today parts shortages, inventory shortages, bankruptcies, understanding what that looks like. And we got to see a lot of good things. Chris Spargo, where's Chris at? Where's Chris at? Chris, where are you? I know you're around here somewhere. There's Chris. Chris and Jessica, thank you for being here. So Chris and I have seen this evolve over the years. And as we went through that process, it was amazing to find out what the culture that this store has had over that period of time. And Chris, you've been a large piece of that process, and I thank you for hanging out with us over the next few years. So he says he's an old man, but he's not that old, I promise you. So Chris, let's give him a hand. So thank you, Chris. So as we go through this, we're going to have a couple of people come up and introduce their departments. But before we do, I got to tell you a story. In 2019, my wife and I were having our our Thanksgiving dinner, and I told our staff, we do have a staff of about 16 people that are our family, grandkids and everything else. You know, those Mexicans, they like to have a lot of kids. But anyway, the whole point is that we all got together and we're talking through that. And I said, this year, let's not do any presents. Let's raise 100,000 meals, and that's what we ought to consider doing. And everybody said, okay, cool, let's do it. And so by the end of Christmas, we had raised over 100,000 meals, and we donated it to harvesters. So I was talking to the knucklehead over here, and I said, hey, our family just raised 100,000 meals, and he says, you did that in 30 days? I said, yeah, it's pretty cool. And we're just talking. And then he calls me back, and he says, let's do $1 million next year. I said, you're nuts. And he says, no, seriously, let's do $1 million next year. I said, okay, cool, let's try it. So we went after $1 million, I didn't know, God's great, right? I didn't know that we're going to end up in a situation where we had a lot of issues that were going to happen to us. And all of a sudden, as we get to know the Kimberly team over here, we start realizing that there's a lot of people that need that help. And so we really jumped into that cause, and we raised over $2 million. Today, we're at over 6 million meals that we've raised as of this morning. I think, is that correct, Jeff? About 6 million meals that we've raised over the last 2.5 years. And so we're honored to do that. So as we come into Topeka, the thing that I wanted to do is sort of get ahead of the step and start talking through how do we make sure that we do the right thing for the community. Well, let's just involve ourselves with what we already know. And that is, we know that the communities, the people need help. And there's a lot of people that are lining up for the food banks that are out there. So let's just continue feeding what they've already established. And this year we want to present, can we get that check out here? We want to present a little check to these guys for Topeka. So come on up.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Kimberly Genscher-Swati, and I'm the board chairman of Harvesters. And actually, I have to say, I've been board chair for 2 years, and because of the pandemic, this is the first in-person event that I've gotten to do. And I'm very emotional right now because this is really a gift. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. It has been, right before the pandemic, we were just saying that we were really starting to come out of the 2008 financial crisis, and that people were really starting to get their footing again. And then the pandemic happened, and really did turn the world upside down. And so the numbers that we've seen at Harvesters, the need has just been greater than we ever could have imagined. But by the same token, the giving, the generosity of individuals and organizations such as yourself has been also unprecedented. So we couldn't have risen to the occasion and provided more than 60 million meals last year to those in need without individuals such as yourself so showing so much leadership and giving. So on behalf of Harvesters, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Mayor, you want to come up and take a picture with us? Sure. Come on up. You want to take a picture of this real quick? Thank you. So this is our mayor. Let's give him a hand, first of all. Want to say any words about Harvesters by any chance?
Sure. Well, I've been associated with Harvesters for many years, and it's amazing what they have been able to do for this community. They see the need, they don't wait to be asked, they're out in front of the need, and they have been wondrous for our community. So everything that they get in the way of recognition and sponsorship, like people from people like yourself, it just goes to reinforce their work in this community. So thank you very much.
Thank you. That's awesome. Keep it, I'll grab the other one. Thank you.
Try and put that in your purse.
So you want to say some words while you have it?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, I'm very pleased and I believe privileged to be now associated with Carlos. Visiting with him when I came here, I was just fascinated by his story. He's inspirational. He really is. And listening to the things that he has done, like with Harvesters and others, for me, in my mind, it makes a difference. It makes a difference whether you're a businessman in the community or you're part of the community. I think that makes a big difference, Carlos. And it sounds to me like you will be a great member of this community and being a very successful and compassionate businessman in this community. It's amazing that you've been able to do the things you have done in a short amount of time. You're only 35 years old. And isn't that what you told me? Something like that? Okay. Yeah. So that short amount of time, he's accomplished quite a bit. But we are really glad to have him here in our community because corporate partnership really is important to a community and how it grows. I've traveled to different cities, Chattanooga, Memphis, Montgomery, and they always tout the partnership that they have with those large corporations and businesses in their community because they see the need, they know that they're there making a difference, and so your presence here in Topeka will exemplify that just as much. So Carlos, I am really pleased to be here with you, meeting your wife, Sylvia. Mama Bear, is that it? Sheila. Sylvia's your sister, right? Okay. Baby Bear. So, but really, I am glad that you're here. I'm so honored that you asked me to come and visit with you and meet your family. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to driving around in this truck later on. But I think that's just a pipe dream. But anyway, again, I'm so pleased to meet you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So some of you may know this, some of you not, but we are supporters of the community, and our actions are bigger than our words. So I've got a lot of people that I'd love for you guys to meet and talk to. Chris, want to start with you? Come on up here. So Chris has been part of this community for a long period of time, and I think that if you don't mind, I'd like for him to say a couple of words real quick and sort of introduce his staff, if you don't mind. Could you do that for us? That's awesome.
Carlos, you've never seen me at one of these, but I know probably 95% of the people in here. In a couple words is about all I do. Thanks everybody for coming out. But when we decided to sell the store and I found out Carlos was interested, after knowing him for 14 years and knowing his family and the managers at the other stores, you're a great partner. I'm so glad to be working here with you. I've learned a lot from him in a short amount of time. And I told him I'd stay on because we wanted to keep the team together here. We've got 130 people that are all in the community here, and they're great people. They work hard. And to pair up with your people, now there's 800, 900. So thanks for coming out, and thank you to all of our people here that work hard for us every day. Thanks. Cody, would you start it off, and then you can pass the mic off and introduce your people, and we'll make it short so everybody's not standing around for too long.
Promise. My name is Cody Vander. I'm the general sales manager here, so I run the variable side, which has everything to do with car sales and things like that. So I started with Chris and Ed in 2008, so just a couple years ago, and along the way I've learned a way that a company kind of works together and things like that. There's so much longevity. When you look at the guys in service, we have a few of you here that are 30+ year employees and everything like that. And we teamed up with a company, Cable Dahmer, and you have that same outlook in your company. So it's been such an amazing transition between the two. The longevity in your guys, service managers over 30 years, sales managers that have been there forever, salespeople, techs along the line, it meshes really well with our store here. So to have them come in, it's been a really good transition. The processes put in place only make us better for the community. What it brings with is just amazing. So we really have kind of taken a big bite into this, and we're really happy to have you. So Chris Corum is back here. So thank you very much, and we appreciate you.
Well, most importantly, KU's winning, so that's good, right? 13-6, if you're kind of paying attention. They're up on the screen. I just want to come say, most of you I've seen over the last year or so, last year and a half, you've asked me where the cars are. They're there. We're getting them. We have more than we have. We're not in single digits anymore, so we are getting more inventory, things like that. So it's been fantastic. We're also meeting with Carlos. We have now the purchase power of 7 different stores. So that's been good as well.
Hello. Rick Wilde just said he's going to commit to another 100 units.
Oh, thank you, Rick.
Rick, thank you.
So I know most of you. I've seen you either here or around town. I've been in Topeka since 1979. I know I don't look nearly that old with all this dark hair, but and I've been here for the last 12 years. So we've kept a lot of the group here. Most of the people have stayed, and they're all true Topekans. They've been here for a long time. Maybe they didn't go to McEachern. Maybe they didn't go to Children's Day Out like I did, but they were here for a long time. They've been in Topeka from working down at Bennigan's down the street that's no longer there. But, so I've been around Topeka. The group has been around Topeka. We're all Topekans at heart, and we're grabbing on to Carlos, and we're really learning a lot, and we're going to do the best we can. I think you can see from the harvesters donation that we really are going to have a great group here. So thank you, Carlos. And now Mickey. I saw you somewhere. Mickey Lockhart.
Obviously, you can tell he's a lot taller than me. Real quick, I got a great team, and I'd just like to talk about my team. I'm really team-oriented. I got guys that have been working for this company for over 30 years in sales, love what they do. But when they talk about Carlos, even my old-timers, it's amazing some of the nice words they say, how they want to fight for this guy, and how they really want to make this work. And it's really something special. We got a young, strong team, and I got old-timers, and all of them look up to Carlos the same. I mean, you're old. But anyway, I mean, they're like, yeah, even Carlos took a selfie with us. Check this out. And I'm like, man, that's awesome. They're chasing him around, trying to be with him, trying to learn some of his knowledge. But we appreciate everything you do, and we look forward to making this win. So, Kendall and Parts, are you around here? Also shorter than him.
Hello, I'm Kendall Britton. I'm the parts manager here. I've been in the car business 36 years. I started out here right out of high school, worked here about 9 years, and then was gone for 27 and came back. So I'm really looking forward to working with Carlos. We've been growing the parts inventory here. We have about $1.3 million worth of parts in stock, and we have the independent store, which has $5 million. So we've got a great inventory to draw on. I've got some really good quality parts counter people back there that are here to support the community with all their parts needs. So I'm really excited about the opportunity to work with Cable Dahmer. It's been a great ride already. So.
Who's next? Is that it? We're missing service? Who's? Daniel. There's Dan. Where's Daniel at?
Where's Daniel?
Daniel? Oh, Daniel. Give him the mic. So Daniel's our body shop manager. I thought he was the polisher when I first met him because he was polishing a car.
I ain't never gonna live that down.
You will not live that down.
My name is Dana Hobestat. I'm the body shop manager. I've been with this company, well, new company now, but for 19 years I've worked here. I know a lot of you people out here, and I don't talk as much as Chris even does, so I'm not gonna be up here very long. Thank you all for coming, and if you need anything, let us know.
He represents a lot of our insurance companies, which is really important, and he's got a great reputation with them. Where's Kenny at? Is Kenny here?
He's on a trip, so let's introduce our newest manager. Let's get Brett up here. Let's see how he does.
Oh, Brett, holy jeez. Talk about into the frying pan. So I'm excited about this guy. So in the service business, one of the biggest issues you have is the communication between the technicians, the advisors, and the parts department. So when I first came to the store, the technology is real important that you pay attention to it. So one of the first people that I got to meet is this guy. And the reason that he was so impressive is because he figured out a way to create something that's called Slack. Anybody familiar with Slack? So Slack is a good communication tool to be able to communicate with other members within an office or within a group of community of people. He figured out how to do it on his own, and because of that, we also just promoted him this last Friday to the assistant service manager. So let's give him a hand. See how he does to the first time out.
Yep, my name is Brett Reineman. I am the assistant service manager as of this week, basically. I started out as a technician here 11 years ago. I went right into the apprenticeship program. I had a fantastic mentor, Travis Swinson, taught me everything he knew. So after I learned those 3 or 4 things, I was able to continue to make progress and improve myself as a technician. And then when Carlos came in, he just provided so much opportunity for us and so many resources that I'm so thankful for that just skyrocketed me here. I couldn't have imagined myself being here 6 months ago. So I appreciate this opportunity, and I look forward to getting to apply all these resources that we have now to help out everyone and help out our community. So Thank you, and I look forward to working with you all.
So we have our theme of our company is we're a company of people developing people. And one of the first things that everybody thought we're going to do is come in and replace everybody. The intent is we want to grow people from within. And we literally did that. There was a couple of people that felt like we were the wrong fit, so therefore they left. And at the end of the conversation, as we did that, we said, everybody thought I was going to bring in a service manager from one of the other stores. We have 6 other locations, bring in managers, bring in GMs. And I told Chris, I said, Chris, you've got to create a culture here that's phenomenal. And so we promoted a young lady. I'm not sure if she's around here anywhere. Her name is Nikki. She's the lane manager. She's phenomenal. Promoted Brett into a service manager's, assistant service manager's position, because we just don't want to just talk about it. We're going to do it. And it's fun to see the people develop over a period of time. So I'm excited to be part of the community. I got to tell you, I've got a couple of people that I'd like to introduce. Daniela is the GM at the Kia store. Say hi to Daniela. And she's awesome. We opened up a Kia store. It's one of the largest footprints that Kia has in Lee Summit. And she was the same way. When we first met her, she was running around everywhere. And I said, this girl doesn't belong where she's at. They thought I was going to fire her. And I said, no, she belongs over there. And so we put her at Kia. And she's been running that deal. It's been phenomenal to watch you grow. So thank you for doing that. I have 2 other partners here with me today, and that is Mike and Marty. Why don't you come on up here? So Mike is, by the way, Jeff is one of my partners in the marketing company that we have, and he has 26 members. Mike is one of our other partners that runs 3 of our locations, and Marty is my partner in business. Every time I say that, he always, he does, for a lot of years. So we wanted to get them up here and introduce you to them. But the next thing we'd like to do is do a little bit of ribbon cutting. Is that okay? Can we do that? So the mayor's going to come up and help us with this, if you don't mind. And we're going to ask these guys to hold it, and we'll do a real quick. Let him under it or behind you. Chris, come on up. Yeah. Thank you. All right, Chris, come on up.
They really are. They're very sharp. Told I have to warn everybody for which they don't run with these. That they are sharp. Make sure your fingers don't get caught down in here. That's a good point. Yeah. Top of the hand, just put your hand there. Carlos, down here. Make sure to keep your fingers clear. Whenever you're ready, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Have a lot of things to be thankful for, and one of the things that I think we all need to be thankful for is the good Lord above. He's the one that sort of helped us with this whole conversation. About 2016, I decided I was going to try to promote the idea of being a Christian-based company, and so we screw up every day of the week. But today, we're going to thank the good Lord for everything we have. Enjoy this evening, spend some time together. Thanks for your time, and as I like to say, let's go to work.